No,
Is there a perfect map?
The unicorn, no, it doesn't exist. It's going to exist in the combination of multiple maps. That's, I guess,
right.
what I think. I mean, I love, Brian, your point about the Wikipedia. I mean, like, crowdsourcing data has been what we've been all about, trying to allow people to do speed tests. I mean, the crucial point, and we're trying to get here, right? I mean, I think that the FCC's is the beginning steps of this, but it's not clear yet, to me at least. Russ, I don't know if you have any insight on, like, are actual data going to be incorporated into the very, like, data structure of the FCC map, or is that going to be incorporated into the structure of state maps, or do we need something else? Where are we going to be able to go to look at and compare the maps of speed, of promised speeds versus actual speeds?
See, and that's where I've got some problems with the way this thing's getting set up right now, because they are asking me what, as a provider, I provide at that location, or what I have the capability of providing at that location, right? So, that's going to differ from what's actually happening at that location, as we all know, especially when we're talking about copper infrastructure. Now, fiber infrastructure is a different thing. If we start talking about, I got fiber to the door, we're pretty confident that I'm going to have some pretty scaled broadband to that location. But on copper infrastructure, that's shooting, that's bad policy, right? Because you can say I'm 25.3 because I got a pair of copper and I can do an ADSL service to that. But we all know 25 megabits never coming over an ADSL circuit on a single pair of copper on a regular basis to all the locations. That's just not going to happen. I will answer, Nick, in my thought, that the map I had in Washington, I felt was very, very good. Where I had a back end map that I used on my computer that the office used that had very proprietary information on it. I then took that and put that into a ArcGIS map for public view, so that the public got to see this ArcGIS map. They could drill in on an area. When they drilled down in that area, I had a dashboard to the right-hand side that talks about what the average speeds are in that area, what their latency is, what their jitter is, what the ping is, all that kind of stuff. So I had all that information and they could just drill down. Now, when they got close, again, in fairness, to try to make certain dots don't show up on maps that have specific priority, when they got closer, the dots would disappear, but the data stayed over there. So as I drilled in on 4 homes, I still had the data for 4 homes, but I didn't know what homes had what, right? Because I took that away at a certain level of view. But I felt the mapping initiatives that we had in Washington were superior. And I tried to sell, the FCC and the folks on, we should be looking at something like this, and I've always been of the school of thought, it's not this or that, it's going to be this and that. To your point, Drew and Brian, I think it is going to be a look at what are the multiple things that we can bring together. But again, broadband, if we adopt the fact that broadband is a community up discussion right now, we got to give the community power, right? And they're only going to have power if we allow them to have a voice. So
maybe the community should vote on the map.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the communities had no say on what the federal
we absolutely need to have upvoting and downvoting. Is this result accurate? Yes, no. I mean, that's got to be part of this, database in the sky, or the mashing of databases that we're talking about here.
Agreed.